My name is Tristan. I'm the Artistic Director of Dreamthinkspeak, and I'm currently standing right in the center of downtown Gwangju. Gwangju is a major city in the southwest area of South Korea, and I'm right in the middle of a 4 square kilometer area of pedestrianized shopping paradise. It's incredibly intense. There's a lot of music that's playing through speakers all around me. You might be able to hear a little bit of it. It's completely densely packed with people. It's densely packed with people throughout the day, right into the evening. So it's a very intense, very sort of vibrant area. It's very well known for its shopping, but what is perhaps less well known, certainly outside of the country and outside of the region, is that Gwangju is very important historically for an event, or a series of events that took place in May 1980 and beyond, when there was an uprising in favor of democracy, which was led by the students of Gwangju at the time, but was joined in by many people, many of the other inhabitants of Gwangju. And this uprising was brutally suppressed by the government at the time, who sent in paratroopers, and a lot of people were killed. And it's something that has really marked a very significant point of history that has really marked this city, but has also had a big impact, a wider impact throughout the country and also throughout the region. It was very much responsible for the transition towards democracy that occurred towards the end of the 80s, but also had a big impact on other events such as Tiananmen Square. And it's something that is celebrated in the region, but perhaps not celebrated so much beyond the borders. And when I first came to Gwangju, I became very inspired by these events, and I was very keen that Dreamthinkspeak should create something that was inspired by what happened in May 1980. But I cannot do a production about those events because I'm not an expert. But what I really wanted to do was, I wanted to imagine what it would be like for the people who died during those events back in 1980. What would it be like if they then stepped into the shoes of the people who are walking along these streets now and were looking through the eyes of 1980 at the world of 2013? How would they find this world? What would they think of it? How would they deal with it? Would they be curious? Would they be shocked? And would they ask themselves the question of what did they die for? Or what is democracy? Or are we free now and not so free back in 1980? These are really kind of interesting questions, and they're questions that the production will ask. I can't answer them, only the audience can answer them. It'll be a collaboration between Dreamthinkspeak and with artists and technicians from Korea and also from Japan. The production will be opening in Gwangju in South Korea before moving to Kochi and Kanazawa, both of which are in Japan. And every single thing that I'm experiencing at the moment, and that you're perhaps able to see behind me here in Gwangju, the spirit of everything that you can see, we will recreate here. We are now in a location in the center of Gwangju. It's an abandoned building. I can't tell you at the moment exactly what the building is or what the building was. That will become apparent to the audience when they arrive for the production. But we're not aiming to recreate in a representational way everything that you've just seen in this building. It's the spirit of it that we want to recreate. That's the most important thing. It's the spirit of that very modern, very vibrant world that we've just seen outside. We want to recreate that here inside this space. The production is also going to be moving on to 2 other spaces. One is in Kochi, the other is in Kanazawa. They are both very different buildings. I can say now that the building in Kochi in Japan is an art gallery, which is a completely different kind of building to this one, and also very different to the building where the show will be recreated once again in Kanazawa, also in Japan. So in the art gallery world, I think that extraordinary vibrant world, which also exists in Kochi, in Kanazawa, in Tokyo, in London, in Paris, and so many cities around the world, we're going to recreate that in a slightly different way. Because it's an art gallery, the context is different. We're going to recreate it much more as an installation, as if it was an installation that was in the art gallery. In Kanazawa, it's a completely different building again, and the building in Kanazawa is very much like a metaphor for all the things that you've just seen previously when we were in the streets of Gwangju. And our plan there will be to literally reignite the building exactly as it was. It's also an abandoned building currently, we will be able to recreate the show, which we are premiering here in Gwangju. The production will be the same production, but it will move in different ways, and it will be reconfigured and recreated because the spaces, all three spaces, are very different spaces.